So I'm fully cash based, came from an insurance model, and that kind of is what led me to feel a little bit of burnout with being a physical therapist and also marketing versus reputation. I think right now, since I'm still kind of a baby business, a lot of it is marketing, right? People need to know who I am, right? But
Thank you very much. This is 305 Office. Thank you for being there. Business intelligence today with Diana Solaris. She is a doctor of physical therapy. She has it in the University of Miami in 2014. She's orthopedic clinical specialist. Thank you very much, Diana, for being here in our podcast 305 Office Business Intelligence here in Miami from this beautiful this is the rooftop here in the
nice.
Secret Garden Hotel in Miami Beach. Welcome, Diana. How are you
Thank
today?
you. I am great, and thank you for having me. This is fun.
Great, great. So, yeah, also you are an entrepreneur, and also you were actually as a rehabilitation and performance. You were performing all the services, and then you shift. How was that shift in your career, Diana?
It was an exciting one. It was a scary one for sure. Definitely, I had a ton of uncertainty. I had some fear, of course. I had some doubt. But at the end of the day, it was the best decision I made, to be honest. To be able to have more control of my time and also to have more control of the type of patient experience I can provide has honestly been the most fulfilling experience.
Yeah, it's actually when you as an entrepreneur you decide what you gonna do. You have a plan. You have all the stuff, but also you were in the field. You had a little experience. How was that? How many years you work, and then you decide to have your own company, and you have another business allies, or is only you?
So, great question. Have been in the field. I have been a practicing physical therapist since 2014, about 12 years of experience now, so quite a bit of time. And prior to starting my own business, I worked for a hospital-based outpatient rehabilitation facility. And the reason I was there 10 years. And the reason for that was because I was pretty much doing there's a public service student loan program that's a federal program. And if you work for a non-for-profit for 10 years, basically you can apply to have your loans forgiven. So as you mentioned, I went to the University of Miami and I went there for 7 years. So of course I had quite a bit of student loans, and working there for 10 years gave me the opportunity to have those loans forgiven by the federal government. It's a federal program. And so, but to be honest, the idea of my business came, I was probably 5 years into treating and I decided I need to have my own business. And so I had a couple years of really, kind of just waiting for my time, waiting for the 10 years to come so that I can start my own business. And that was pretty much my game plan, is do 10 years here and then let's go. We got to start the business. So, and that's what I did. And yeah, that was my journey. And at first, I worked inside of two different gym facilities. I had a good friend called Brian, and Brian Benacourt, shout out to him. He pretty much connected me with a gym owner in Pinecrest, Hybrid Fitness, owned by Coach Alfred. Shout out to Coach Alfred.
He's
And
actually right. Brian is actually my coaching guitar, and that's how I just got to know your facility and everything about your company.
Brian is the plug. He is amazing. And so he connected me with Coach Alfred. Coach Alfred was gracious enough to let me start seeing patients there when I first left my prior employer. And then I also I had a good friend, Julian, that I knew Julian since high school, but Brian connected us again. And he had a jujitsu gym called Alpha South Miami in kind of like the West Kendo area. And so he also let me see some patients there. So I was going back and forth between these two gyms for like a good 2 months before I actually opened my facility.
And Diana, you start Elevate with savings, with debt, or pure conviction.
A little bit of all three, to be honest. I was fortunate enough that I was able to save quite a bit of money while I was working at my previous employer because I always knew this is what I wanted to do. So between like investments and stocks and just pure savings, I did have some capital to start up with. But then also I did finance. I purchased a running like a pretty much a 3D running analysis software, and it comes with motion capture cameras. And also with that purchase, I included the treadmill that they recommended. So that was a purchase that I financed. And then I think lastly you said, yeah, so that's some debt. And then conviction, baby. That's what it's all about. You have to believe in yourself more than anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, Coral Gables, the market in Coral Gables, this is not cheap. This is
No,
exclusive. Coral Gables is one of the most beautiful Spanish style, everything
yeah.
related here in Miami. Why this market? How was this a strategic or emotional decision into your thought when you thought, okay, I'm gonna go ahead in Coral Gables? How was that decision, or it was another places before? It is because you live by the area, or because you really choose Coral Gables?
It was purely strategic. Coral Gables is very central in Miami. And I feel like no matter where you live in Miami, Coral Gables isn't too far. So the issues I was having with certain leads that I would get while I was in kind of like that West Kendall and Pinecrest area is if I had anyone from Brickell, from Coconut Grove, they would tell me, "Oh no, that's too far. I'm sorry. I would really love to work with you, but that's too far." So I was like, "Okay." So I decided Coral Gables because it's you could live in Kendall and you're like, "That's 20 minutes away." You're in Brickell, 20 minutes away. Coconut Grove, same thing. It's right down the street. Even Pinecrest, like it's a hub, it's a central hub. And so it was purely strategic. And now I really don't get that objection anymore of that I'm too far. So that's nice. And then also it was a bit of an emotional one because I just love Coral Gables. I love how I can walk here. I can go grab lunch. There's so many different restaurants I could try. So I like the energy and the vibe. So that was a little bit of an emotional decision as well. It was an easy decision, to be honest.
Diana, yeah, yeah, definitely agree with you. I love Coral Gables.
I
It's
do.
so beautiful. And
Absolutely.
also the first 90 days of your business, Diana, it was survival mode, or it was a smooth launch. It were challenges at this time. What was that challenge? Maybe if it was.
Of a challenge. I mean, honestly, I did, thankfully, like my first goal was, okay, I need to supplement my income because I just left my full-time job. That was kind of an easy thing to overcome, to be honest. But then it was a little bit of risk, right? Because now I have to, it's not automatic. I'm not just getting a check every 2 weeks automatically. It's like you need to supplement that income every day. So it's about getting leads, marketing, and being good at sales or getting better at sales. And so there was a couple challenges in the beginning as far as realizing like, okay, leads are most important. I need to get people in. So how do I do that? Running ads, marketing, word of mouth, events, those kind of things. So just learning, just
For
good
you,
challenges.
mm, yes, and for your company right now, the big expense for you, maybe rent, payroll, insurance, or marketing. What's the biggest expense right now for your company?
Right now, it between rent is definitely the most expensive, but also marketing. I do run Instagram ads, and I'm so sorry if after hearing this you start seeing my ad repetitively over and over on your Instagram, but that's kind of what I'm paying for. So that is also expensive, but the ROI on it is, it's worth it for sure. Yeah.
Said. and also the clinic. What in the terms of margins, how it looks like the margins on that field, on your field, the profit margin.
Right. So, I mean, I definitely try to make sure that I'm at least at a healthy 30% profit margin. Right now, I'm a little bit above that. I'm at about 50 to 60% profit, mainly because I'm still the only practitioner. So obviously, it's a good sign that I do need to hire to be able to, I have enough income in order to pay another provider, and still the ultimate goal will be to always stay at 30% profit.
And in the insurance model versus
Hmm.
cash pay model, what gives you more control, or if you have a preference between them, the subscription, or how you navigate between those models in your clinic?
So I'm fully cash based. I came from an insurance model, and that kind of is what led me to feel a little bit of burnout with being a physical therapist, and also lose a little bit of the fulfillment of being a physical therapist. I really came into this to help people, and I really care. So in an insurance model, sometimes it's very volume based, and it's a lot of like, the more patients you bring in, the better. But it's like, bring patients in, take them through their treatment plan, get them out as quickly as possible, right? With my model, it's cash based, and really we're focused on results. I want you to get the result that you're looking for, whatever that may be. If you want to get out of pain, if you want to increase your performance, whatever that may be. I don't necessarily want to ever stop working with any of my patients, Like, I enjoy working with all of them, and it's not a model where I need as many patients. I just need the right patients in my clinic, and they can be lifetime patients if they'd like to. I'm not rushing them to leave or stop working together. Versus in an insurance model, it's completely different, and it does start to feel more like a business versus patient care.
Yeah, that's right. And if someone listening right now, remember, this is a business intelligence podcast that we have
Yeah,
right here.
yeah.
And, somebody is thinking about, I'm gonna get a clinic. I'm gonna open that. What's a financial mistake would destroy them first, for in your opinion, Diana?
For
What's
sure.
that mistake for
The
them?
biggest mistake is not charging what you're worth. You need to charge what you're worth. Otherwise, the margins aren't going to be there. You won't be able to scale or grow in your business. So in the beginning, I did charge less, honestly. I was just trying to get some cash flow in. And over time, I've realized, no, I provide a ton of value to my patients, so I need to charge what I'm worth. So the biggest mistake I did myself, and personally what I have seen from other clinicians and business owners, is we want to help people, and we might feel, and it's honestly our own personal relationship with money. It's not anything to do with our value. It's, we need to get over the fact that, oh man, someone's going to charge is going to pay me this much. No, it's, you are providing that value for this patient. You're giving them that opportunity to be able to finally feel better and have a solution where they haven't been able to have that anywhere else. So once I got over that kind of mindset issue, it was much easier.
I believe you. Uh, Elevate actually is not a pain relief factory. It's
No.
performance. Right now, we're talking performance.
Performance
Yeah.
and solution to pain, right? Long-term pain solution, versus where you go to a lot of other clinics or other type of facilities, chiropractor, acupuncture, massage therapy. They don't really, you might feel better for an hour or two, or maybe for the day, hopefully, but it doesn't really provide long-term relief. So really what I sell is a long-term solution to pain, so that you don't have to continue reinvesting your money and time, right? Because you feel a little better, but then the pain comes back, and now you've lost more time. So it's more about saving time, which is our most valuable asset at the end of the day.
Diana, who is your ideal client right now? At maybe talking about segments: athlete, executive, weekend warrior, maybe. What's your best persona, or your group of people?
All of the above, to be honest. My ideal client or my ideal patient is someone that's ready to commit and someone that's motivated to really change their life because it is work. It's not a pill you take and it's magically better, you know? And there is no quick fix. It's committing to solving your pain, committing to changing your life, and committing to a transformation. That's my ideal client and patient. And yes, I do work with a lot of athletes, runners, weekend warriors, busy professionals, that kind of thing, executives, business owners. But you don't have to be that. You just have to have the mindset that I am ready. I am ready to fix this for real. And it won't be overnight, but it will happen.
Diana, I am an intermittent fasting lover.
Okay, nice.
My
Yeah.
Okay, many people. Oh, what do you think about intermittent fasting or fasting in general? I've been looking at studies and I've been following many physicians, YouTube and other platforms, and I've been looking for that, and I love it because saving time and also money, and but there's a strategy behind. What do you think about that?
No, I think intermittent fasting is great. I personally don't do it mainly because I need to eat very often to be able to support how much activity I do. But patients, friends, family have done the intermittent fasting and it works. And if you think about it, it does make sense from like our evolution. Back in the day when we were cave people, we didn't have access to food every 2 hours if we wanted, right? We'd have to hunt, kill, and that might be a couple hours in between then, and in between there we're doing activity to try to go hunt and get our food. So it from an evolutionary standpoint, I can see how it makes perfect sense for our biology. I personally just haven't done it, but I think it's great.
When the What is the key differentiator of Elevate, Diana, your
I
company?
think I think I alluded to it a little bit before, is just providing a real solution, a real long-term solution, and just being able to provide people, save their time and also change their lives. You know, I see a lot of people that are frustrated. You know, there's a lot of misinformation out there and a lot of other practitioners just want to make money, to be honest. And of course, you need to make money to be able to sustain a business and provide the care that I need to, but they're frustrated, they're losing sleep, they're lashing out at their family. Some of them even turn to alcohol because they don't want to keep taking pain medication. So this is like real issues that people in chronic pain are dealing with. So being able to get out of that, I don't really think I could put a price on it. I do put a price on it, but I don't really think you can put a price on that.
Diana, um, what's gonna be? It's a lifestyle for, well, that right now there's a movement. There's like a theory, many studies and so on for the movement and the lifestyle, and how you manage your life between movement and also diet. But there's something that you can analyze, or you can or you can have a position between these two variables, that having a great diet, but also the movement on the side. I was listening to a physician. He said maybe you gotta move every single day. You gotta move at least. Do 25 repetitions of some exercise. It's gonna be maybe enough every day, but in your perspective, what's this balance between the diet and the movement?
Both are important. I mean, one is what you put in your body, and the other is how do you move your body. both are extremely important in my view. I don't think you can have just one or the other. I think you want to do your best, right? But also you need to be realistic. So nowadays, people have to sit for long hours at a time, right? So it's about how do you incorporate even some minimal movement throughout your day. I can't remember who I heard it from, but I love the concept of movement snacks. Just like you could take a snack of food, have a movement snack. You know, you've been sitting for an hour, get up, get up and down from your chair 20 times at that point and do it again the next hour. That is going to be much better than doing absolutely no movement for 8 hours. And that is actually better than going to the gym 1 hour a day and the rest of your day being sedentary. Get up and move as often as you can, even if it's just a little bit. But even 5 minutes is better than 0 moments. 0 minutes is what I always say. So if you want to move, if you want to feel better now, just start moving more. Even if it's just 5 minutes every hour, it will make a difference in your life. And as far as diet, I mean, I think we know that it's super important. And obviously, the food industry is tough here in America. We don't know exactly what we're getting sometimes, right? So I think trying to eat better, and obviously it's just expensive, like or, yeah, trying to eat organic, grass fed, trying to have hormone free food, like it's tough. And I always try to preach balance, right? Don't kill yourself and don't think that I have to eat 100% clean. Don't think all like all or nothing, you know, it's something like try to eat a little better, even one meal of your day, because I understand it is expensive to eat really clean. But I try to follow an 80-20 rule. 80% of my life is clean, 20% I have fun and I live life, you know? And I think that that balance helps me not have guilt if I do have a cheat meal or something. And because that's also, you don't want to stress about what you're eating either. So I just try to always do a little bit of something. I eat a little bit better one day. Move a little bit more the other day. And that's what I try to preach to my patients. Like, don't
Balance.
stress yourself out. Balance, and don't guilt yourself because that's not good either.
Exactly. Yeah. Diana, what percentage of growth is marketing versus reputation for in your perspective?
Ooh, marketing versus reputation. I think right now, since I'm still kind of a baby business, a lot of it is marketing, right? People need to know who I am, right? But at the same time, with the experience and the care that I am providing, I am building my reputation because that means I'm trying to build a brand. I'm trying to build, something that has more visibility. And honestly, it's all about the patient experience I provide right now. Of course, marketing is important, but the reputation is everything. People need to leave satisfied. People need to leave and want to tell their friend or their coworker, like, hey, go see Elevate. They'll take care of you for real and want to leave me a good review. All those things, both are really important, but I think reputation is more important to me right now, but I won't get there without the marketing.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a one get the other,
Yeah,
follows the other. Yeah,
right.
yeah, absolutely agree. Diana, if you had to double revenue in 12 months, what lever would you pull first?
What lever?
Yeah,
Um,
where you push the trigger.
Honestly, it's something I hope to do, but it's higher. It's higher because now I get more out of my space, and I can't be here every single hour, every single day. I would literally go crazy. So I think hiring is the lever I could push now, where now I can kind of have income even when I'm not here, which should be able to hit some of the revenue goals I have for myself.
Yeah, yeah, Diana, and also scaling your business right now. When we think about that, it's you're for when we talk like 3 to 5 years. What you expect with your business with Elevate when we talking expansion?
So that's something I have I'm not completely sure yet because when I first started this, my dream was to have like a huge facility, have a ton of therapists working and giving them that opportunity to be able to work with the right type of patients or patients that we know are going to put in the work to get better. But I have also seen like a ton of success from other practitioners in business working online more. So I'm kind of torn between the two of opening. Of course, I want to have a bigger facility than what I have right now and definitely have a couple therapists. But I think now I would like a medium-sized clinic and also try to build more of an online presence. And that's kind of the current goal. That could change. That could change tomorrow. But right now, today, when you're asking me, that's kind of like what I'm thinking
Yeah.
as far as my 3 to 5 year plan.
Yeah. Also, Diana, my producer is making some things, weird things right now here. So, well, we're running out of time.
Yeah, no worries.
But last question, which is one of the traditional questions of this podcast, is just you can answer, or you can or cannot answer. Do you have Bitcoin?
I do.
You do.
I
Perfect.
do have Bitcoin. Yes.
What do you think about the new technologies, AI, and everything else related to your business? Very
It's the
important.
future.
The future.
It's the future. I plan on leveraging it as much as I can. It's all about leverage. So, yes, I will be using it, incorporate it into my business, helping to automate my systems. I think you need to progress with the times or you'll be left behind.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, the Secret Garden, for this location. This is crazy.
Woo,
When you have the time,
I'm here.
it's a,
Come
it's
by
a
and visit whenever.
yeah, this is a jacuzzi outside here. This place is so beautiful, Miami Beach.
I
So
should have gone over there. What the
yeah,
heck?
we can do a podcast here. Yeah, absolutely. The team here is beautiful. It's really great, and thank you very much, Diana, for this
Thank you.
attending this invitation
Of
today
course.
to our podcast 305 office, and we see us the next time. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We have the invitation for the Rotary as well. Don't forget that. I'm gonna follow up.
Tell me more. I'm not sure what you're talking about. So,
Perfect.
yes, tell me
Perfect.
more.
Have
Okay.
a good one.
Alrighty. Take care.